As a species, we've made many advancements in the world of medicine. The things doctors can do would once have been the realm of science fiction, witchcraft, and divine intervention.
Which? This, of course, isn't to say that things have always been this way. No. History will show us that there have been dozens of horrible medical practices that doctors actually believed would work. I'm tall, dark, and handsome with Okay, Thank You.
So much better the first time. I'm funny, charming, and cheery with Okay, Thank You. And here are some of the craziest things doctors used to call medicine.
Theme song or some shit.
Yeah, sure.
The Wonder Drug. In the 1880s, scientists discovered a new fast-acting drug from an ingredient in cocoa leaves known as...
You got this.
Oh. Erythroxylin cocoa. Did I do it?
Erythroxylin.
Erythroxylin cocoa. However, we know it more commonly now as cocaine. It was praised for its ability to seemingly cure all ailments. It was eventually marketed as a cure-all medicine for two things: depression, sinusitis, lethargy, alcoholism, and impotence.
Impotence. That damn impotence. Give me some cocaine, I gotta get rid of it.
I gotta get rid of this impotence.
It was later discovered that it actually caused many of the issues that it claimed to cure. You know, because cocaine is bad.
Remember, kids, cocaine is bad.
Oh, right, we have another camera. Am I still hidden behind? Yep, I am.
You sure are, buddy.
Okay, this is my only camera. Got it.
I got you. Is this better?
Well, it's your turn to take a
it
turn.
is. Cure for a cough. The 1880s. What a great decade for medicine. This time around, physicians were looking for a less addictive alternative to morphine. Scientists came up with a drug that was called diamorphine, otherwise known as heroin.
What are midichlorians?
It's heroin.
It was introduced as a safe and non-addictive substitute to morphine.
Non-addictive. Non-addictive.
That's the problem with morphine.
Oh yeah, that's
It's morphine time.
It was found to be quite effective and was commonly marketed towards children suffering from sore throats, coughs, and cold.
Lobotomies. Lobotomies.
It involves wolves.
Yep. Lobotomies. The lobotomy has become one of the most horrific medical practices in history, but it was originally meant to alleviate the pain and distress of the mentally and emotionally ill.
It does, because they're dead.
Yeah. The procedure entails hammering an ice pick-like instrument through their eye sockets to sever the connections between the frontal lobes and the thalamus. It was believed to be the part of the brain that dealt with human emotion. Patients were often left in a vegetative state, experienced relapses, and regressed physically and emotionally. As many as 15% died.
Honestly, that seems a little low.
Yes, but were they distressed mentally anymore?
Nope, it
Have you
worked!
guys ever seen the original pilot of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
No.
Maybe.
Did someone get a lobotomy?
Holy crap, it's weird, guys. It's weird.
I mean, that show was pretty
Billy and Mandy is weird? I don't believe you.
Cigarettes. Puff, puff, give. Am I right? I don't know. I don't do drugs.
No, you don't share cigarettes.
You don't share cigarettes?
I don't think so.
Well, excuse me for not knowing how to handle cigarettes. But that's right. Back in the mid-1900s, it was common for physicians to prescribe medicated cigarettes. They were traditionally prescribed to temporarily relieve symptoms of asthma. A lot of these are really ironic.
How temporarily? Like a minute?
Or dead. Asthma, hay fever, and simple nasal irritation.
Well.
Some brands were even meant for 4 to be taken a day.
A hole in the head.
They say a hole in the head is worth 2 in the bush.
Oh. 2 bushes in the head hole?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not
We've
bad.
come along. Well, let me tell you that we've come a long way in understanding head injuries. Look at headaches, for instance. These days we use medication like ibuprofen to relieve the pain of headaches. Which, not as fun as they did in the past, because while it may be annoying to have to take a pill every now and then, just think of the alternative. It used to be common to relieve cranial pain by drilling a hole right through your skull.
Bloodletting.
Well,
It's one of the oldest medical practices around. The procedure involves draining blood from affected areas via lancing the area or even using leeches. The practice was especially popular in ancient Greece, Egypt, and 19th century Europe.
It's not cool anymore.
Fun.
You'll die if you do it now.
Neat!
Tristan gets the cool names.
Are you jealous?
A little.
The sweet elixir of life. The sweet elixir of life. We're aware of the dangers that come along with the element now, but in ancient times, mercury was that to be a cure-all for a number of illnesses, as well as heal wounds and even prolong life. The Chinese Emperor Qin Shi Huang was obsessed with seeking the elixir for eternal life. He was so obsessed that he ingested a mercury compound
Nice save.
that was given to him by his doctors and scientists. However, the very mixture that was designed to give him eternal life ended up killing him. Well, depending on what you believe in.
I was gonna say, from a certain point of view,
A
he got
certain
it.
point of view.
Exactly.
Certain.
And thanks for telling everyone it was a nice save. It was a nice save till you said it.
Wasn't that great?
This is what Mike needs.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Tongue removal. The procedure known as hemiglossectomy was used by doctors in the 18th and 19th centuries as a cure for stuttering. It involved cutting the patient's tongue out entirely. Fun fact, it was found out to be completely ineffective and resulted in excessive bleeding and even death among many.
Who thought?
As someone who stuttered as a child, I'm very glad that this is no longer a normal practice.
Don't move.
I
got you.
No, that's messed up, man.
Chicken rub. Is that what they're calling it these days? In the 1300s, an English doctor by the name of Thomas Vicary invented a treatment for the Black Death called the Vicary method. The practice involved shaving a hen's butt and strapping the live bird to the rear of a patient's swollen lymph nodes. It was believed that the bird's butt soaked up the poison. Each time the bird became ill, it was removed, cleaned, and then reattached. This process would be repeated until the patient's health improved, or until the bird, or more likely the patient, died.
Radium. In 1898, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist Marie Curie discovered radium. The discovery led to a host of quack medicines, with doctors claiming that it added to drinking water at home would cure various ailments. It wasn't until the workers making radium started dying that the dangers of the substance were realized.
Uh-oh. Weight loss worm. Sure, we've got some pretty weird weight loss programs out there today.
Keto.
But it's not that weird. None will be as strange and ridiculous as eating a tapeworm. Yep, back in the early 20th century, people would eat tapeworms in the hopes that it would eat some of the food they did. Unsurprisingly, many patients experience malnutrition, nausea, vomiting, and even death.
I don't believe it.
Well, ooh,
Wait to hear about the duck tapeworm.
let's go eat a tapeworm and see what happens.
Yeah. Corpse medicine. Band name. It's believed that in ancient times, physicians would often prescribe the imbibement of human remains. In fact, ancient Romans believed that the blood of fallen gladiators could cure epilepsy, and 12th century apothecaries kept a stock of mummy powder, an extract made from ground-up mummies robbed from Egypt. These medicines were thought to have magical properties that could cure various types of illnesses.
Okay, I thought this said knockout dong.
Yep.
Doesn't, though. Knockout
Can.
drug. Or is it more knockout drug?
Well, it's a drug that knocks you out.
Knockout drug. Okay, knockout drug. Before anesthesia became common, a popular means of knocking out patients was with dwale. It was an herbal anesthetic mixture made up of 7 ingredients. Lettuce,
Ew.
not bad.
Already
Vinegar, hemlock, opium, henbane, brownie root, brownie root, and bile.
Ugh.
You'll love to see it.
I'm okay with everything but the lettuce.
True.
Everything but the lettuce.
If mixed incorrectly, the patient could die. Shocker. Making the knockout as dangerous as the surgery.
Knock them out.
Nevertheless, dwale was popular between the 12th and 15th centuries and is referenced in Hamlet. Gotta get those pop culture references in there.
Good old Shakespeare drop.
Sleeping by a skull. More Shakespeare. In ancient Babylon, it was believed that most illnesses were caused by demonic forces. Doctors would recommend sleeping by a human skull for a week to exorcise the spirit. To make sure it worked, they were also instructed to kiss and lick the skull 7 times each night. Hey, no kink shaming here.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thanks.
You always get those types of things. You also had to explain that furries isn't just about the costume.
It's not.
Oh. Radiation skin treatment. In the 1960s, doctors experimented with using radiation as a treatment for severe acne. Experiments included radiating the heads of children and feeding radioactive material to mentally disabled children.
I thought you were going to say feeding those radioactive children to other children. Like, oh my god. It's the worst.
Feces. For as long as there has been medical practices,
There's been
feces. It seems like physicians have been using
wrote
feces
this.
for
You
medicinal
know
use.
that's not what it says.
One Victorian remedy to cure a sore throat included dried dog dung, and the ancient Egyptians used donkey, cow, dog, gazelle, or fly dung for various purposes.
How?
Sometimes the bacteria in the dung healed the patient, and sometimes it led to tetanus.
Dead mouse cure. Dating back to ancient Egypt, dead mice were used for medicinal purposes. They were blended with other compounds to ease toothache pain. In the time of Elizabeth I, they would cut a mouse in half and apply it to their spots to cure warts. They were also used to treat whooping cough, measles, smallpox, and, bedwetting, because why the hell not?
Mice. The cure-all for bedwetting.
Thanks, Mickey.
Cutting teeth. In 16th century France, when a baby started teething, doctors would cut open the tissue over the teeth with a scalpel to let the teeth come through.
Not with a guillotine.
Fun. With the lack of sterile tools and the trauma inflicted on young children, the procedure often resulted in death in patients.
I hated everything about this.
So did the kids.
Oh god.
France!
Let's move on. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Eating clay. In ancient Greece, it was common to eat a particular kind of clay called terra sigillata to cure diarrhea. While most people no longer consume clay, most people, kaolin and bentonite are 2 elements found in the clay that are used in modern medicine.
Or kaolin and bentonite.
That too. Maybe all 4 of them.
Urine. Human urine has had a long presence in the history of medicine. In ancient Rome, it was used as a whitening mouthwash. It was also used to treat Black Death sores. As crazy as it sounds, it did have a history of being a successful treatment, as unhealthy as it may be.
In ancient Rome, they also used they used urine as mouthwash, and it did actually work as a teeth whitener.
Oh, those Romans.
Good old ancient Rome.
Why spend money on Big Pharma for their... Does Big Pharma control toothpaste? I don't know. Pee in your mouths.
Get a good old golden shower for your troubles.
I hate this. Next.
Whirling chair! The whirling chair was used in the 19th century as a treatment for schizophrenia. It was modified with a spring and lever system that would spin patients until they passed out. It was believed to cure mental illnesses by shuffling the contents of the brain.
Do the schizophrenia shuffle.
Do the schizophrenia shuffle.
I was gonna do the whole thing. I used to be schizophrenic, but we're okay now.
When you take your schizophrenia medicine
Oh
and
my
your girlfriend's
good
still
Lord.
there.
Why do you want to shuffle contents of the... Wouldn't that be worse?
Brain shuffle!
But, like, if you think the person is already schizophrenic, I feel like shaking them and shuffling their brain is not going to put it back
Look,
together.
they want to do something to
It's
feel
like-
like they're doing something.
It's like when you're playing like a wordscapes type game, and you've got to like make the words out of a select given letters, and sometimes you just got to
Like
shuffle them around.
Boggle?
Gem powder. As a treatment for the Black Plague, emeralds were crushed down and fed to people. It was often only a treatment that kings could afford. Oh, good. I wish I was
So nothing
rich.
has changed.
Unfortunately, this was the equivalent of consuming broken glass. Patients risked lacerations on their throat, as well as facing risk of internal bleeding.
Yes, but did they have the Black Plague anymore?
This is what the 1% is working towards.
Hey, rich people, you know, if you want to cure Rona, just eat some emeralds. It'll be fine.
My birthstone.
Yeah, eat Mike.
Wait, no. Malaria. While being a severe disease in its own right, it was used as a treatment for syphilis. Doctors believed that the fever from the malaria would kill off the syphilis, and the malaria would be cleared up by a different treatment. Instead, the malaria ended up taking the life of the patient, which again, I say, totally cures your syphilis. But, yeah. That's that whole, we had rats, so we released cats, but we had cats, so we released dogs, we had dog problems, so it's just like, oh my god, when does it end?
Is this one mine?
This
No.
one's mine.
Damn.
Methamphetamine injections. Doctors would use vitamin injections laced with methamphetamine to keep the patient fresh, active, cheerful, talkative, and immediately ready for the day.
Can we make a commercial real quick? Do you want to be fresh, active, cheerful, and talkative and immediately ready for the day?
Just try
methamphetamines.
Methamphetamine
Like a certain
injections.
celebrity you might know that we're gonna get to now.
Fun fact,
Is he a
Hitler's
celebrity?
doctors used this technique during the later years of World War II. Some historians actually believe that Hitler's meth addiction might have been one of the reasons for his rigid tactics during this time.
Thanks, meth.
Thank you, meth.
And now we do like an outro or something.
And I got a video to show you guys after this, but
I have 2 videos to show you.
thanks for joining us for this video. We hope you like it. We hope you learned some cool, crazy stuff. What's the craziest thing you've ever been prescribed? It shouldn't be like any of this, as you know, we're not back then. Unless you're a time traveler and you're watching this video, then, oh, good for you. But make sure you check out all of our other videos. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out all of our social media links in the description below. More importantly, get some cool OK Thank You swag in our store. That should be in the description below. If not, I screwed up. But other than that, thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, let me show you this video, guys.
What the hell? You're just skipping out on my video?